In addition to pivot table styles and pivot table style options, you also, on the Pivot Table Tools Design tab on the far left, have a number of layout options. First of all, I'm going to click on the pivot table and let's look at the subtotals. With regards to the subtotals, I might say that I don't want to show the subtotals. If I click this option, the subtotals shown here will disappear. If I go back into subtotals, I can actually show them again, but this time at the bottom of the group or at the top of the group. Before they are at the top of the group, like that, but I might choose to change it that the subtotals are at the bottom of the group. So I'll click that option. And now at the bottom or the foot of each group, I'm seeing my subtotals. So you can control your subtotals with the subtotals button. With regards to grand totals, at the end of each row and at the foot of each column, I can control those also. If I go to the grand totals button, I might turn them both off. If I click this option, I lose the grand totals from the rows and from the columns. If I go back to the grand totals button, I might decide to put them just on the rows, and so they appear on the rows only. Or if I go to the grand totals button, I could put them on columns only, and they disappear off the rows and appear at the foot of the columns. Or I could go back to the grand totals button and turn them both on for rows and columns as they were before. With regards to report layout, the current report layout you have is a concise layout, but you can change the report layout to an outline form, which is just a little bit more spacious than before. If I go back to report layout, I can show in a tabular form, which is slightly different than before also. If I go back into layout, I might decide to put it back to the default, which is the compact form. Also in report layout, it's very nice to sometimes repeat all the label items. I can also choose to not repeat the label items. If I finally go to the blank rows option, I can ask it to insert a blank row after each item, which helps the reader to distinguish the various groups, in this case regions. Or I can go back into blank rows and remove the blank line from each item.